Hello everyone, and welcome back to Chaosville, here with your Master of Horror for the evening, lying in bed one, where you can see one of our witchwood trees has finally grown. There's only the one little pocket of essence next to all of them, so they're all kind of taking their own time of it, but one of them has grown, so it's a start. And you can also see, if you look around a little bit, that I have installed the berry bushes I got in the Nether around the area. So they have this kind of nice little autumn kind of coloured touch to things, and they also make it seem a little bit more evil. But what we are doing today is we are kind of moving on to the final touches around the cabin. We're going to start predominantly with getting tools together and such for the shed, and a few more tweaks to be had. Because I think once this place is open to the public, since it is right next to spawn, I'll make it a sort of free house, a place where people can stop by, spend the night if they should feel so dramatically inclined. Oh yes, and the ender bramble is all around, so that's spread. It doesn't seem to grow, but that's not too big of an issue because it looks quite nice how it is, and really adds a nice little look to the place. I've been toying with the idea of trying to replace the grass with like podzol. Let me see if we can actually make it. Nope, apparently we don't have access to it, so oh well. There's also something in Biomes of Plenty that simulates it, but not that big of an issue really. So, the first thing we're going to be making is, quite naturally, the chainsaw that Ash is so well known for attaching to that. Also, you might notice it's a bit dark in here. If I hit F7, in fact, we've actually got some areas where mobs could spawn. They won't, however, because installed behind here I have a chandelier from Extra Utilities. This is sort of the step down before you get to the magnum torch, and it can only be placed on the ceiling. But it's, in addition to acting as a light source, prevents mobs from spawning within 16 blocks. So, there is the recipe for that. It's actually fairly cheap, all things considered. It's a diamond per chandelier, and you need 6 of them, I believe. Not 5 of them to make the magnum torch. But, has that nice handy property that we can hide it behind a wall, not get any of the light, and we'll still create an area that's fairly safe. But anyways, I digress. We are looking for a chainsaw. So that is what we're looking for. Tier 1, we can upgrade that later, I suppose. And that requires a whole set of iron plates and a power unit. So it's changed a fair bit from the last time we had to make one. Iron item casing, which is going to require an iron plate, so that gets 2 of them, so that's fairly straightforward. Electronic circuit, which requires copper cable, which requires rubber, but we do have some rubber lying around. Let's see if I can find it. There we are, rubber. So let's see. Electric motor, lots of coil. Okay, this could be interesting, but we have plenty of copper on stock, so I just could start smelting that upstairs. And I suppose we probably have a much easier time making the next item I'm interested in, which is Witchery has... Let's see, where are they? Yeah, Witchery has these, the Dream Weavers. I actually got one of these back home. Sort of dream catchers, and they give you different effects if you put them near your bed and you sleep in it. So Fleetfoot gives you, I think it's like a 5-minute speed buff. Iron Arm gives you haste, which is the mining speed improvement. Fasting gives you satiation. And then there's the Dream Weaver of Nightmares, which gives you nausea and inverts the other 3. Now, a lot of you have suggested that I should be trolling people with my witchery powers, and I can kind of see the persuasiveness of your argument. And if you've been watching the Delta Squid channel, there has recently been the reappearance of the 3rd member of Delta Squid, courtesy of some remarkably coincidental lightning strikes. Which means the full team is now readily assembled in the world. So, what we are going to do is we're going to make probably the Dreamweaver of Fasting, and then we're going to corrupt it with the Dreamweaver of Nightmares. So we're going to try and insert that in a location where they won't suspect. Let's see, I needed to make a power unit. Oop, there's also a small power unit. Presumably that's for the tree tap, I presume. Electric hoe, wrench, and tree tap, yeah. So this is the industrial one, I suppose, the bigger one. Used for the mining drill and the chainsaw. I might get a mining drill. They kind of require that I have a power supply, which I don't just yet. But anyways, we've got that coming up, and we should be able to get together the batteries that we're going to need. So let's go to that. I like the little moody lighting in this corner, that's really nice. Tin. Nope, that's tin dust, so we actually need to put that together, okay. We have tin blocks. Burp. Done. And we need the hammer, which I put over here. So, down there, and how much do we need? We need 3 of these, which requires a tin plate, which should just be the 4. Okay, we just need to shove it with that, and that gets us 1 of them. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Get those. Get those. That's enough for 2 batteries. Let's do that again. Okay, so that's the batteries for the tin part. And we also need insulated tin cable, which is a tin wire with tin cable, which is going to require that we have a cutter, which is made from iron. Okay, it's all fairly straightforward. Just a little bit of a grind when you're starting out, but fortunately we have the advantage that we already have a ton of resources. So, let's get the plates, and add that, and pull that out. That is not giving us the cutter that we need. Iron plate, iron ingot. So why are we not getting a cutter? Do we need a specific crafting table? Okay, that is very strange. I'm not sure why it did that. But that gets us that, so that we can get the tin wire. Oh yes, it needs a plate, doesn't it? So, plate, cutter, gets us the tin cables, and it gives us 3, that's convenient, so we add the rubber, which we need the bars. I'm sure I had some bars around here somewhere. Yeah, fairly relaxed day. So, next episode we'll probably see the fruits of whatever labours I've gotten to with making those Dreamweavers, and we shall find out to what end they have had an impact upon the nefarious fellows and such that I have unleashed them upon. Okay, 30 is probably more than enough. But let's not waste that. And we can't use the witch's oven. The witch's oven unfortunately can't smelt any kind of ore. It pretty much smelts saplings and food, and that's about the end of it. It's gonna take a while. Okay, well I'm going to get the ingredients together, and I shall meet you back meet you back when I've managed that. So, back in a moment. Okay, and welcome back. So, to make the power unit, we need 2 iron item casings, 2 uninsulated copper cable, 3 RE batteries, an electric circuit, and an electric motor. So let's get the batteries together, which is just the tin casings there, and 1 piece of insulated tin cable, and then it's 2 pieces of redstone. So it hasn't changed too much from the last time we had to make this kind of stuff. Let's grab a couple blocks of redstone. I've taken just to storing things in blocks now because it works so well for storage purposes currently. Okay, so like that, that gets us... Okay, a little bit of lag apparently. So 1, 2, and 3. We have 2 casings left over, those will serve a purpose. Okay, so that's our batteries, and then we need the electronic circuit, which hasn't changed much at all, except that it now uses the iron plate. I think this might be something that's left over from Greg Tech messing with stuff. We don't have Greg Tech in this pack, thanks Meg, but Greg Tech has a bit of an impact. So a single iron plate, 2 dots of redstone, and 6 insulated copper cables gets us an electronic circuit. So that's another step done. And now we need the motor, The motor is 2 coils, 2 tin item casings, that's when they came in, and iron ingots. So, to make the motor, you need a single iron ingot surrounded by uninsulated copper cable, which is actually fairly accurate in terms of electrical engineering. So we do that, and then we take the remaining there to get our 2 coils. So 2 coils, tin item casings, and an iron ingot makes us a motor. So we have our electric motor, our 3 batteries, electronic circuit, 2 iron item casings. These are made the exact same way, you just hammer an iron plate a bit more. And the remaining insulated copper cables, and that gets us the power unit. So, as we've seen before, this is basically the power storage section of things, and what determines the tool is what goes on top of it. So we are looking for the chainsaw, which means we need 6 iron plates. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and apply the hammer. This is just the actual industrial craft hammer, so it's not the one that comes with Dartcraft. And weirdness has happened because I can't see my forge hammer anymore. I know my forge hammer had more usage on it, so that's a bit strange. Yeah, as I say, there's a few bugs here and there with regards to this thing. So let's just do this in my inventory so that I don't lose things again. There. Yeah, durability 75 out of 80 there, so that's pretty handy. Right, so plates and power unit, and that gets us a chainsaw. Chainsaw carries up to 30,000 EU. It doesn't have lumberjack, but there is the possibility that if we upgrade it to the Dartcraft equivalent, we can actually give it a lumberjack upgrade, which will make it fell entire trees. Next we can do is we can upgrade it to the advanced chainsaw by the gravitation suite. But if we just look at chainsaw, we can see there's these 2 versions. If we look at let's see, where am I looking for? Electric, isn't it? No, there's a Dartcraft chainsaw that we can look at quickly. So, there it is, the power saw. So let's just search saw, that's for bring it up. There we go, okay. So, golden saws from Project Red, sawdust, that's a sawmill, power saw. So the power saw is the Dartcraft piece, and you'd get it by, I think it's enchanting a chainsaw, or force running a chainsaw, or something to that effect. And you get that, which can hold a select number of upgrades. I think it's 3 different upgrades, including lumberjack and heating and all sorts. So we will probably look into that, but for the rest of the day, let's just see if we can make one of the Dreamweavers that we're interested in. So here's all 3 of them, and let's see, we want to actually install one around here, so the question is which one could be most useful to people who are just stopping by. Fasting is an option, but fleet foot, for if they want to get away quickly. We can, if you make more than one and put them near the same bed, they will actually just stack. We have no more diamond vapor, so let me just cook up a little bit of that quickly. And that requires all the vitriol, which is a side product, so we have a fair bit of that. Okay, and in you go. Perfect. Yeah, this place is looking pretty Breaking Bad, if I had to say. Although the back room is still full of witchery plants. It's not quite fulfilling its purpose just yet, but this down here, this spruce desk is where I'm going to put the Necronomicon Ex Mortis when I finally put that together for you. Okay, so we also need a couple of potions. A splash potion. Let's go with the fasting one first. So, a splash potion of harming 2, a splash potion of healing 2. So, for those, we need a bit of melon, I believe. Glowstone, glistering melon. I don't think we actually have any melon. That's a bit of a problem. Okay, let's go for fleet foot then, because I definitely have sugarcane. Because we used it to make the ender bramble. So let's get that, and we're also going to need to make a rotten eye, a fermented spider eye rather. So we do have the ingredients for that. And I can hear a Zumble. Where is he? He just on the other side of the house, I think so. Right. So fermented spider eye, you probably don't. A lot of you probably haven't made many of these. Where are you? Because now I'm curious. Yeah, I think he is on the other side. Hang on. I'm just gonna see this guy. Right, excuse me, sir. I know you're angry, but I'm trying to film an episode here. Thank you. Yeah, honestly, some zombies. Just no manners whatsoever. Oh yeah, it's fairly empty. We've just got Septimus on the screen right now. But he doesn't need to worry about what we're doing. But anyways, spider eyes and the mushrooms plus a bit of sugar gets you the fermented spider eye. The basic function of the fermented spider eye in Minecraft vanilla potion making is it inverts the effect. So fastness into slowness, healing into harming, that kind of thing. Fairly straightforward. And if we come down here... oh, we already have some potions of speed. Okay, that's helpful. And these need to be splash potions. So let me just see... yeah, it is an 8. Okay, so that's helpful. So let's just stick a piece of gunpowder in there, and that will brew these 2 potions into splash. I can't quite remember what I used them for before. I think I needed them for making the flying unguent, the flying ointment for the broom. That's where it's there. Okay, but that gives us a bit of a head start. So 2 splash potions of swiftness, and now we need to make a splash potion of slowness to counterpoint that. And do I have any more potion bottles around? No, but I have the glass to make them. Good. And as long as I'm running around here, let's actually put together a hopper to make feeding stuff into this thing a little easier. And 5 iron gets us a hopper, and that will be... seriously? This doesn't have power, but groovy. Nice. That's fun. It's good to know that happens. Okay, so we've got our potion bottles. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we need to give it a bit of netherwort. And a bit of sugar. A fermented spider eye. And a bit of gunpowder. Where is the gunpowder in here? Ah, there it is. I have over a stack of it, just because I keep killing creepers, because they're like the only things I have to worry about right now. Now, hoppers always empty out from the left, so if we keep watching this, we should see the sugar go away soon. Yep, there we go. Let's see. Yep, potion of slowness. Oh, it needs to be extended as well. Okay. That makes a little bit of sense. Although it actually turns up I used all of my redstone. Interesting. Either that or it went missing somewhere. Ah, there it is. It did go missing somewhere. Right where I put it. There we go, redstone. Okay, so that will make our potions of slowness. And then we need diamond vapor and an item frame. I think I actually do have 1 piece of leather around here. I may have to go murderize some cows later. Okay, and a bit of wood. Gets us all of the sticks that we need. And there we go, item frame. And 3 pieces of string and 2 feathers. Ah, that figures. There is always 1 ingredient that you're missing, and unfortunately for having all this flame string, it's not compatible. Look at that, it's just used for 4 recipes, none of which I'm interested in. Well, I guess that means I have to go and fight some spiders, but it's like broad daylight, so I'm not sure I'm gonna find any. You broken fucky. Oh, hello, creeper. Yeah, you still can't get here. Oh, went ahead. Hooray. You'll never get ahead in business. Anyways, well, apparently this isn't going to be as easy as I thought, because as is the case with many things in Witchery, there is always that 1 ingredient that is difficult to find. Oh, 2 of them grew. And it's actually being perfectly obstructing. Lovely. Actually, that's really nice. Looking at it, it's like you know that the house is over there because you can see the smoke plume coming off it. And you can kind of make out the structure, but you can't get the full view of it until you squeeze through the trees. That is lovely. I'm probably going to fill in this pond here as well. Get rid of my barley farm. Maybe I'll try and build some kind of Oldsmobile 1978 here, but I don't know. But we are in the final stages, so this place is going to start looking very interesting very soon. And, ooh, my view is finally grown. The blackberries and the netherberries in general, I should mention just before we go quickly. They have some interesting properties. Ooh, hello. Goodbye.
Sound muted.
Some interesting properties. So in here, I have a whole ton of stingberries. A little bit evil, hit like a truck. Now, if I eat some of these, you can see I've gotten mining fatigue, but I've also gotten strength. I've actually gotten strength quite a bit longer than mining fatigue. And that is the same if you eat any of the other berries. So I've got stingberries and I've got blightberries, and there's a singular blue one. I don't recall where I picked up. That is over here. I don't quite know what the skyberry does yet, but if you basically if you look at the overworld berries, they're just food. The nether berries are less food, but they give you potion effects, one positive, one negative. So I might actually make something to do with those running around, which is sort of like why I put them around here, because they fit in quite nicely with the Evil Dead kind of place. But anyways, sorry we couldn't get more done today, but you have an idea now of what's going to happen in the next couple of episodes, so I'm going to be trolling some people, and I'm going to be putting together the tool shed, probably over in that direction, and that means we then have to have graves, I think, in that direction, for Linda and Cheryl, I believe. And then I'll probably be doing something over here, and I'll be putting in some more furniture and stuff, and I'll be adding a few interesting tweaks to just how things happen and go about inside of the place, so things like the Dreamweaver of Fleetfoot. But that is it for today, and I shall catch you all next time. Meaning, tomorrow. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and or a favorite. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe to be notified of future updates. You can also check out the website where most other content is uploaded. That's all for now, catch you later.